My name is Julian Reid. I've been a paranormal investigator for over 40 years. In that time, I've seen some things that are frightening and many that were terrifying. Extreme poltergeist, possessions, strange happenings, but worst of all, demons. Come and join the journey with my ghost stories. Not all ghost stories are bad. Some are good. We seem to concentrate a lot, though, on the ones where people have hauntings in their home. They're scared, whether they've got a poltergeist or a demon, a possession going on. But there are some good stories, and I hope you find this story uplifting when we get to the end. Many years ago, back in 2008, I had a very serious back injury, and the back injury meant I had to stop everything that I was doing and ended up in hospital paralysed. I used to love to go to the gym and work out. I'd do it 6 times a week at the gym, and I was pretty fit for my age, and suddenly it all went wrong. It was like a dark cloud. Couldn't move my legs, couldn't feel my lower half, and just laying there in a hospital bed waiting to see what was next. I became really depressed, and it was one of those times when all I could think about was, what's next? In one of the beds near me in the hospital was a young lad, and he'd fallen through the roof of a building. He was completely disabled and also unconscious, and they told me there is no way he's going to survive. His injuries are way too serious to survive. Now mine were bad enough. My spine was damaged. It needed a lot of work to try to put it right, and that work was about to commence. When I saw the lad in the bed opposite, only 18 years of age, he'd fallen through the roof of a building and seriously hurt himself. I thought, well, I've got to have this surgery. What if I didn't? And I asked the doctor what would happen if I didn't go ahead. And he said, well, the truth is, give it a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, and you'd be dead. We'd be taking you down to the morgue. That would be your new home. And that's how it will turn out. So I said, but don't do it. I won't have the operation. And my family said, no, you must have the operation. There is no way that we want you to be in this situation, the risk of dying. And I said, okay, I will go ahead. But when I'm in that operating theatre, I'm going to be asking for my guides and angels to draw close. Bring that lad, and I'll ask him, can we swap? So, the operation started. I'm out cold. The surgeons are there. And I start beginning to sense my surroundings. Not the surroundings of the actual operating theatre, but like a journey that I was about to go on. And that journey was going to be into the world of spirit. Now I'd asked, please, I want to see that lad. And I asked that again, take me to that lad so I can ask him, can we swap? Can we swap places? I'd had a good life, and I was in my 40s. but he was only 18. And it was very hard for me to see that lad like that. So as I travelled into the world of spirit, everything became white and light. And then I sensed myself in a room with that lad. I turned to him and said, "Look, why don't you take my place and live, and I'll take your place. I don't want to see someone so young lose their life through a silly accident." And he said, "No, you need to go back. You need to go back. My time is done." It's very hard for me to talk about this, even today. So I said again, "No, let me take your place. You have mine, and you live." He looked me in the eye and said, No, my time is done. You need to go. You need to go back. There are people waiting for you and things you have to do. Me, I'll be okay." And I looked at him and I thought to myself, he knows the outcome, and he knows exactly where he's going to be, that he's going to pass over, and the angels are going to take him, and maybe one day he'll come back. I saw a ball of light, and as that light became stronger and stronger, a voice said, "It's time for you to go back. We need you back in your body." I said, "What about the lad?" They said, "Leave that to us. But you need to go back." The light became darker, as if being filled with the only way I can explain it was a darkness surrounding, very much like the image that you see right now. And as it slowly changed from the light to the dark, I could hear the sound of the hospital machines, and I could see the operating theatre as they finished the job on my back. I woke up and I said, "What's happened to the lad? Where is he? What's happened to him?" And they said, Nothing, he's okay. But as we told you before, he's not going to last." It put me in a deep depression. I cried because I was alive and he was going to die. My rehabilitation took a long time. When I came out of hospital, I couldn't walk properly, couldn't walk hardly at all. And although I looked an absolute disgrace and a mess, I didn't even want to look at myself in a mirror because I'd been a long time inside that hospital. But I thought, the angels have taken that lad. Are going to take him, but they're looking after him. And I knew it, and I knew what I saw was real, because dreams don't come like that. You don't see something in a dream because you thought about it beforehand, before you went to sleep. And it was so vivid. It was as if we were both in that room together. I often say a prayer for the lad and think about him. It sometimes makes me feel very, very sad. But I know he will be back one day. I feel he will be back one day. And when he does come back, he'll have something good to do. I still have days feeling depressed, miserable. I still have days of immense pain where I had the operations done on my back. But this story isn't about me. I've had a good life. I accept what happens to me in life. This story is about that lad. And what I'd like to say, I have to live with it every day. And I do live with it. And I think what would have been different if I had gone and he had survived. And it probably wouldn't have been a very good life for him. So I understand more now to why he said he needed to go. But what I will say is, when he comes back, he'll change this world. One last thought. I usually say don't have nightmares, but on this occasion, have good dreams. Catch you next time. Bye for now.